Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that sounds like it's straight out of a blockbuster movie, but it's happening right now, under our feet. Imagine a giant, sleeping giant, and scientists just noticed it's starting to stir. We're talking about a supervolcano in Italy called Campi Flegrei, which translates to the burning fields. How cool is that? This isn't your typical cone-shaped mountain like Vesuvius. Instead, it's a massive, sprawling depression in the ground, a caldera that's home to 500,000 people. And here's the kicker. Recent data shows that the ground there has risen by 12 centimeters in just 7 years. Now, you might be thinking, 12 centimeters, that's like the length of my phone. What's the big deal? Well, in geology, that's a huge deal. It's like the Earth is taking a deep breath. This rise is a clear sign that something significant is happening deep underground. Scientists believe this swelling, or what they call uplift, is caused by a buildup of either magma, that's molten rock, or volcanic gases pushing up from below. Think of it like pumping air into a tire. The more you pump, the more the surface bulges outwards. This 12-centimeter change tells us the pressure beneath Campi Flegrei is increasing. It's a critical piece of the puzzle that helps scientists monitor the volcano's activity and understand its behavior. So, how did they even measure such a small change over such a huge area? It's pretty amazing, actually. They use a combination of high-tech tools. One is GPS, just like the one in your car or phone, but way more precise. They have fixed GPS stations all over the caldera that can detect tiny movements in the ground, down to the millimeter. The other key technology is satellite radar. Satellites orbiting Earth regularly bounce radar signals off the ground. By comparing images taken at different times, they can create incredibly detailed maps showing exactly where the ground has risen or fallen. It's this constant, precise monitoring that allowed them to spot this 12-centimeter trend over the last 7 years. It's like having a planet-sized doctor checking the volcano's pulse. Let's put this into a bit of historical context because Campi Flegrei has a dramatic past. This volcano is ancient and has a history of some of the most powerful eruptions in European history. Its last major eruption was way back in 1538, which created a whole new mountain called Monte Nuovo. But even more recently, in the early 1980s, the area experienced a much more dramatic uplift. The ground rose by nearly 2 meters. That's taller than most people. It caused small earthquakes, cracked buildings, and forced thousands to evacuate. The ground was literally groaning and stretching as magma pushed its way closer to the surface. So while 12 centimeters over 7 years isn't as extreme as the 80s event, it shows that the same underground processes are active again. The giant is definitely not in a deep sleep. What does this mean for the people living there? Well, it doesn't mean an eruption is about to happen tomorrow. Volcanic systems are incredibly complex, and uplift can happen for years or even decades without leading to an eruption. Sometimes the pressure just releases slowly, or the magma cools and solidifies underground. However, it does mean the volcano is in a state of unrest. It's a bit like a simmering pot. It could just keep simmering, or it could eventually boil over. This is why the monitoring is so intense. Italian authorities and volcanologists are on high alert, constantly analyzing the data. They look at ground movement, gas emissions, and seismic activity, the small earthquakes called tremors. All these clues together help them build a picture of what's happening and assess the potential risk. So, the big question is, what's causing this specific 12-centimeter rise? Scientists have a couple of leading theories. The first, and more worrying one, is that fresh magma is slowly accumulating in a magma chamber a few kilometers beneath the surface. This would be like adding more fuel to the fire, increasing both heat and pressure. The second theory is that it's not new magma, but rather hot, high-pressure fluids and gases being released from a deeper, cooling magma body. These gases get trapped under a layer of rock and their pressure pushes the ground up. This second scenario is generally considered less of an immediate threat, but it still shows the system is active and capable of change. Distinguishing between these two possibilities is the holy grail for the scientists studying Campi Flegrei. To figure this out, they use clever techniques. By studying the types of gases seeping out of the ground, like carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, they can get clues about their origin. If the gas chemistry changes in a certain way, it might suggest It's coming from fresh, deep magma. They also use seismic waves from small earthquakes to create a sort of ultrasound of the Earth's crust. These waves travel differently through solid rock, semi-molten rock, and gas, allowing scientists to map out the structure of the plumbing system deep below. It's like being a detective, piecing together all these different lines of evidence to solve the mystery of what the volcano is up to. Now, imagine you live in Pozzuoli, a town right in the center of the caldera. This isn't just an abstract scientific problem, it's your daily reality. The ground literally moves. A phenomenon called Bradyseism means that the ground level in the town slowly rises and falls over time. The ancient Roman marketplace there, called the Macellum of Pozzuoli, has holes in its marble columns made by marine mollusks. This shows that in the past the whole market sank below sea level and then rose back up again. So while the headlines might sound scary, this 12-centimeter rise is actually a testament to how good we've become at watching our planet. We can now detect these subtle changes that give us a heads up. This information is vital for civil protection and for keeping people safe. It allows authorities to prepare and to make informed decisions. It's not about causing panic, but about promoting awareness and preparedness. The story of Campi Flegrei isn't just about the threat of an eruption. It's about the incredible science of volcanology and the resilience of the people who live in the shadow of one of Earth's most powerful giants. It's a reminder that our planet is a dynamic, living thing, constantly changing and reshaping itself. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring the fascinating world of Campi Flegrei with me today. It's a mind-blowing topic, and I hope you found it as interesting as I do. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn more about our amazing planet, please hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss our next adventure. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Drop a comment below with any questions or what you'd like to see next. Until then, stay curious.